You know, on September 11, 2001, I was on board USS Theodore Roosevelt when religious fanatics who wouldn't even let women be educated flew planes into the World Trade Center and my Pentagon. I spent the last decade of my naval career fighting religious fascism abroad. I didn't sacrifice 21 years of my life to stand idly by while religious fanatics and other fanatics try to impose fascism on my country.
Deal with it, right-wingers. Not all Americans believe what you're doing to the country right now is democratic. Even that veteran you just heard who fought in Bush's war machine can see the Republican Party hasn't learned any lessons from fighting religious nationalism. Insane fanatics with unconstitutional ideas like this guy.
That's why we get called, well, you're a Christian nationalist. You want the kingdom to be the government. Yes. You want God to come and overtake the government. Yes. You want Christians to be the only ones that, yes, we do. We want believers to be the ones writing the laws, yes.
Are increasingly being echoed by political leadership at every level.
The church is supposed to direct the government. The government is not supposed to direct the church.
It was never our founders' intent that we have this separation of church and state. Do I think this violates the Constitution? Absolutely not.
When you look at our platform, it's the only platform out there that recognizes the Creator, that recognizes that we have rights that supersede government.
And unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen or heard about the hundreds of bills proposed and passed nationwide to restrict which history we learn about, which people get to live freely in society, even which religion's principles we should follow. This means they want to eliminate critical thinking in our schools and access to different types of people and thought in order to create the moral order that facilitates their full power over growing minorities, over women, men too, people's identity, their religious freedom. This is a push for the enforcement of a state religion, which we call theocracy. But the Republican Party doesn't want you to recognize its similarities with other theocratic nations. It's not too hard to find them. Take Afghanistan. They don't like women. They decide who gets an education. And they're run by a terrorist organization that America won't even designate as such. How about Iran under the Ayatollah? He also hates women, and the government uses guidance patrol, or what we call morality police, to control women and LGBTQ people. How about our good old friend Saudi Arabia under bin Salman? He hates free press. He kills off his dissidents. And his government has been described as a theomonarchy that draws power from long-standing religio-cultural norms. Oh, don't forget our buds Israel, who pretty much terrorize an entire religious group consistently. Hungary, led by Viktor Orban.
The Obama administration tried to force us to change the fundamental law of Hungary and delete Christian and national values from it. Do you get it?
Oh, and Tucker Carlson's a big fan. Russia hates the free press. They're led by a racial purist. And they're literally terrorizing another country right now. Oh yeah, and state media offered Tucker a job. He must be a good guy. Don't forget Bolsonaro in Brazil, who says God above everything. The state is Christian, and any minority that is against it has to change. He's locked up a political opponent. Trump's wanted to do that.
Lock them up. You should lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
So this is how Christian nationalists and the Republican Party want to see America's trajectory run. Don't be fooled, Americans. Restoring America to traditional values will not make us freer, allow us to be diverse, or even more upwardly mobile. It will destroy us. I'd love to hear some of the similarities that you see between the Republican Party and theocracies around the world. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Leah Cover. If you haven't checked out my video on Christian nationalism injecting itself into the Republican Party, give it a look, and I'll see you guys in the next video.